obviously there have been some artifacts recovered. What types of things have been recovered
Ah,
that we know of from ranchos?
so, of course, some fish bones and the ear bones from fish, shells, but really just some olive jars fragments, some British mass-produced wares, pearl wares in particular, some kaolin pipe fragments. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
It is. It's a very thin archaeological record, which makes sense, right?
Hmm.
Both they're right on the coast, and so a good storm surge will get rid of everything, and they weren't leaving a lot of things. From that 1840s U.S. Customs officer who came from Key West to Charlotte Harbor, he described the one knife the old man at the rancho had. The one knife.
Hmm.
So now it could well be that the rancho hand knew the customs officer was coming and hid everything.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a big fan of the anthropologist, political scientist James C. Scott, who writes about how peasants hide things from government officials. And although these aren't peasants, they probably knew how to hide things from government officials.
Sure.
Right.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
And they didn't write anything, right? We don't
Hmm.
have anything from the ones we know about. Uh, some who stayed after the U.S. territory. There's one in Sarasota who goes from being Jose to being Joseph. And so clearly just assimilated in, not as a Cuban, but as a Spaniard.
Hmm.
And so, seemingly turned white to live in segregated segregated Florida, and didn't talk about that previous life at all.
Oh
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fascinating, just kind of the erasures that happen. Right. And all this, I think all of us hopefully are cognizant now that our work really needs to be clear on the anti-racist components. We have people whose identities are fluid, who are trying to
Hmm.
make sense of their world in these outlying areas, and are trying to tell the government officials what they want to